I've added cards to my action roguelite. Sounds stupid? Maybe a little. Deck building and singing the sword at the same time? How is it even possible to work? Can it be used outside turn-based slapping? Is it a straight way to hell? Just stay with me. We will see. Hi, I'm Björn and I am making my own game. A 2D action roguelite with heavy load of storytelling and exploration. This exploration thing is interesting, we will come back to it in a moment. But for now, let's go back to cards.
I dropped 20 and 20 without even seeing 2020. See what I mean?
Bruh.
There will be a lot of cards in this video, let's have some fun and count it together. If you are here, you've probably played a lot of deck builders. And maybe, just maybe, there is a chance that they were a roguelites too. We will take a look at one that I've played some time ago. Let's see... maybe this one. Jupiter Moons. You start with a hand of cards. Some of them are meant to attack and some of them are not. Each of these cards has some cost. It's in the left top corner. To pay the cost of cards, you use your action points. When you run out of action points, you drop all cards in the hand and let the enemy beat you up a little, because this kind of games promotes an honorable fight. After this gentle exchange of views, you get a new set of cards from your deck, and repeat the loop. Eventually, one of you ends up the conversation with success. If you are the happy one, you get new cards for your deck. Next, you can choose how much you would like to be pounded at the next productive meeting. This game in particular is a little more complicated as there is interesting micromanagement of your mech, and somehow more than one HP bar. But enough of this, you can check it out by yourself on Steam. It's a card game with mechs, just go and take it. Fighting mechanics described before cannot be directly applied to action-focused games, because you know we need more action and less slapping tournament. But we can take advantage of using cards. Let's think about it for a moment. The dungeons in roguelikes are generated. In my previous version I wanted to add new rooms and features to the pool by using minions. Let's swap it with the cards. I've made some proof of concept so we can check out how it works. When we want to enter the dungeon, we can set up our starting hand of cards. Look at this professional embedded UI. I will show you how it works. There are a few types of cards. Quest cards, dungeon cards, item cards, room cards and upgrade cards. A lot of cards for sure. I will probably change the design when finishing MVP, but it shows the overall concept. I've literally used the screenshots from the game and wow, it's not that bad. How does it work? You can have only one quest card. It's your main goal for the run. It may be a standard quest or some boss, sometimes a recurring location that you would like to explore more along with the new items that you find, like in the Metroidvania style games. You know what I mean. A tutorial is also a quest card, as you can see. Your main goal is to open the last doors. You have this card from the start. It might be a little too hard for now. There are some mysterious numbers in the top left corner. Sounds familiar? We will come back to it in a moment. Next are the dungeon cards. Each of them represents a dungeon floor biome or theme. The naming convention is so hard. Next are the item cards. It's rather simple, you will spawn with them when you enter the dungeon. And next are the room cards, they are adding a specific room to each floor of the dungeon. And the last one are upgrade cards. They are meant to upgrade other cards. This one here is adding a new minion to the shop in the dungeon. So you select your goal, items, biomes, rooms, upgrades and you go for a journey. It will start to be even more interesting now. Let's take a look under the hood. You have to pay the cost of the cards to the almighty algorithm. You pay with something that I call the fighting rooms. The rooms where you fight. There is a twist. Each fight will increase the difficulty of the next fight. You probably know other games that use similar solutions. The quest cards are a little different, as they have their own difficulty level. It is a suggestion of how much you would like to upgrade your character until you start the quest. You can use room cards to make your character better, but you have to pay your debt with stronger enemies across the run. The more you get, the harder it is. but only in the standard fights quests are not changing. Most of the cards will disappear after the run. You can buy new cards in the Bastion by paying with the resources that you've collected. Some of the resources can be gathered only in some specific rooms. You can also find new cards by finishing quests or in other special rooms, like this puzzle one. You may know it from my previous videos. These mechanics are even more interesting when we add more variables to the equation. Rooms may be acting differently depending on the dungeon biome, like the resource room, where you gather resources according to the selected theme. Cards may have different traits or requirements that affect their usage. For example, you may be able to take a quest card only if you take 2 dungeon cards with you. Yeah, it's not that explicit right now. I have a few more ideas to consider, and that's where you can help me. What about making the order of selected cards important? So the order of the rooms is no longer random but predefined? And if we do so, what about adding new upgrade cards that will change the properties of cards nearby? For example, upgrading a card to the right and upgrading a card to the left. What do you think? I like this whole concept of cards as it added a next level of gameplay to the game. It's probably called a metagame. It also added new possibilities to implement interesting mechanics. To be honest, I can't wait to play it. But it still needs some work on balancing and gluing it together. Let's talk about exploration. You may know this term as an activity of finding shiny sheets in Assassin's Creed, but I will rather focus on Zelda and Metroid franchise. Maybe you still have some old school ones in your cartridge collection. The world in these games is somehow open and somehow closed. You can go anywhere to explore, but sometimes you may need additional help to do this, like a new skill or item. Sometimes the difficulty level may be the limit, and this approach can be found in modern games too. Sometimes you have to think a little. Most of the fancy things that you can find are optional, not required to finish the game. Almost all of the time they are subtly hidden. Exploration is strongly connected with the idea of adventure, an exciting journey to finish the epic quest and discover the world, which don't have to be open at all. It's enough if it's not linear and contains places that you can optionally explore. These whole card mechanics make it much simpler to implement. When you think about it, there is not much difference between preparing for a journey in Breath of the Wild to conquer another mountain than collecting cards to finish some mysterious optional quest. Even better if these places have some hidden paths and secrets to discover. That's what I want to do. Make the anime interesting, work to explore alternative paths outside the main storyline. Invite the player to the adventure that he will remember. If you like what I am doing, consider subscribing, liking, wishlisting and other inks, like following me on Twitter or commenting. These little inks are helpful for me. The comment section is yours.